What if the most heartbreaking duel in Star Wars history ended not with Anakin's defeat, but with his utter, devastating victory? On the sulfurous banks of Mustafar, we all know the sequence. Obi-Wan gets the high ground, delivers a warning, and Anakin, consumed by arrogance and the dark side, leaps to his doom. But let's change that one moment. Let's explore the darkest timeline. One where the Chosen One doesn't overestimate his power. He proves it. If Anakin Skywalker had killed Obi-Wan Kenobi, the galaxy would have been plunged into a far more immediate and absolute darkness, forever changing the fate of Luke, Leia, and the man who was meant to save them. The final moments of the duel are a blur of blue blades. Obi-Wan defends himself with the weary wisdom of a master facing his fallen son. But this time, Anakin's rage and hatred, the fuel of his new identity, Darth Vader, reaches its absolute peak. His attack is relentless, and in a crucial moment, Obi-Wan's defense falters. Anakin lands a blow, not a dismemberment, but a brutal strike that severs Obi-Wan's lightsaber and sends him crumbling to the ground, battered and immobile. Anakin stands over him, his sapphire blade poised for the killing strike. Obi-Wan attempts a desperate final plea, reaching out through the Force to the last remnants of Anakin Skywalker buried beneath the rage. For a flicker of a second, doubt crosses Anakin's eyes, but his ambition and fury are simply too great. He strikes his former mentor down. Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. As Obi-Wan's lifeless body falls, Anakin doesn't feel doubt or remorse. He feels an overwhelming rush of triumph and victory. The dark side consumes him fully. His task complete, he focuses on his blade. The crystal, still screaming in agony from his hatred, bleeds. The blue light transforms, shifting to the deep crimson glow of a Sith. Darth Vader is complete. He rushes back to the landing platform, where he finds Padme, still unconscious, but alive. He can sense the life force within her, a life force he believes he's saved by killing Obi-Wan. He immediately brings her aboard his ship and plots a course for the peaceful world of Naboo, sensing that she is extremely close to giving birth. The crimson skies of Mustafar fade behind him. Meanwhile, Emperor Palpatine arrives. He senses the change in the Force and quickly finds the lifeless body of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Palpatine smirks. Everything has gone exactly as he planned. He knew that Padme was the only thing anchoring Vader to his old self. By eliminating her, Vader's hatred would be unleashed, guaranteeing the galaxy would suffer under his hand forever. But he is too late. Anakin has already taken her to Naboo. On Naboo, Anakin is a nervous wreck. The droids take Padme into an isolated room as she enters labor. To Anakin's relief, she gives birth to twins, a son named Luke and a daughter named Leia, fairly easily. When Padme sees Anakin, she does not die of a broken heart, as she did in the original timeline. Instead, she knows everything will be all right, and she does not die. She is blinded by the love for her children and the sight of her husband. The two former allies now stand together, but the darkness surrounding Anakin is a palpable thing, even if Padme cannot see it. Back on Coruscant, Palpatine receives the news of Padme's survival. He immediately summons the notorious bounty hunter, Cad Bane. In the dimly lit office, Palpatine gives Bane his mission: eliminate Senator Amidala. The reward will be handsome. Palpatine gives Bane a specific weapon to use, a hilt of a fallen Jedi lightsaber, green, to ensure the blame falls on the scattered remnants of the Jedi Order. Bane is dispatched, and a quick hack of Naboo's communication systems reveals Padme's location at the medical facility. The atmosphere is shattered as Cad Bane steps inside. Padme is alone, cradling Luke and Leia, completely unaware of the approaching danger. Bane silently approaches the bed. While his code dictates that the innocent children should be spared, his mission is clear: eliminate Padme to ensure Anakin's full descent into darkness. Drawing the green lightsaber, Bane delivers a swift and merciless flurry of deadly blows, extinguishing Padme Amidala's life. Despite the brutal act, he spares the lives of the innocent children. Anakin Skywalker returns to the facility shortly after leaving, only to find the lifeless corpse of his wife, with his newborn children crying beside her. He is immediately overwhelmed by a pain far worse than anything he experienced at the loss of his mother. His eyes fill with tears, but they are not tears of sadness. They are tears of burning fury. The darkness within him surges forth, causing immense power to expel from his body. The Force itself crackles with his raw anguish. Anakin sees the slices left by a lightsaber, but he knows a Jedi would never commit this act. It violates everything their code stood for. He knows this was the doing of the dark side, and there was only one man responsible. Leaving the children on Naboo, Anakin pilots his ship directly to Coruscant. He storms into Palpatine's office, his grief, rage, and need for answers fueling his steps. Palpatine, with a smirk, immediately gives him the answers. He ordered Padmé's death, saying she was merely a beacon of light. The air crackles with dark energy as both men ignite their lightsabers. Palpatine unleashes bolts of crackling Force lightning towards Anakin, drawing upon the vast repertoire of Sith abilities. But Anakin, fueled by his potent mix of anger and grief over his loss, defies the onslaught. His crimson saber whirls at blinding speed, intercepting the blue arcs of energy. Anakin is clearly the winner of this duel. His powers have grown far greater than Palpatine's in his hour of pain. In a blinding flash, Anakin's lightsaber plunges into Palpatine's chest. The Emperor's life force disappears, and Anakin, now Darth Vader, stands alone in the remnants of the office. The transition is complete. Anakin Skywalker is fully consumed by the dark side and ascends to the mantle of power. He is the new Emperor of the galaxy. Vader now rules with an iron fist, his tyranny extending across every corner of the galaxy. But this version of the Empire is different. Unlike the canon timeline, Vader has his children. He returns to Naboo and takes his son Luke and his daughter Leia and begins the tiring task of molding them into his own image. He trains them ruthlessly, honing their Force abilities and shaping their minds to embrace the ways of the Sith. Their immense potential, inherited from their father's unmatched midichlorian count, is nurtured and twisted. Under Vader's tutelage, Luke and Leia grow up embodying the very essence of the Sith heritage. They are dark side twins, and with their combined power and their father's ultimate reign, the Sith rule the galaxy, unchallenged and unopposed. The light of hope has faded into obscurity, and the once heroic Anakin Skywalker, consumed by darkness, becomes the very embodiment of evil, forever etching his name in history as Darth Vader. This is the ultimate dark ending. There is no Luke Skywalker on Tatooine dreaming of the stars. There is no Princess Leia leading the rebellion. The two most powerful Force sensitives in the galaxy are not fighting a war against the Empire. They are the Empire. Obi-Wan Kenobi dies, ensuring the exact thing he was trying to prevent. By not surviving to take the children into hiding, and by not dismembering Anakin to force his rebirth as the mechanical Vader, he inadvertently seals the fate of the Republic. Anakin remains in his powerful organic body, less machine, more man, ablaze with wrath. This Vader is stronger, less burdened by the life support suit, and utterly ruthless. He is the Emperor, and his children, raised only in the ways of the Sith, ensure the dynasty will endure. This is the timeline where the Jedi are not just extinguished, they are replaced by a new, more powerful, and unchallengeable order. What do you think would happen when Luke and Leia, once they reached adulthood, began to grow more powerful than their father? Would they try to overthrow him in the tradition of the Sith? Or would their combined love and loyalty to their mother's memory be enough to keep their terrifying family united? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration of a darker Star Wars timeline, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the lore.